From Does Size Matter, and we've got another RV review for you today. We are at the Wildwoods Convention Center Fall RV Show in Wildwood, New Jersey. I know, now we're in New Jersey. We are at Dylan's RV, and they have brought the Newmar product, yay, to the RV show. So in the end here, I'll link to the construction video for Newmar. Newmar's got a really vast, wide amount of Class A coaches, so I want to make sure you get the construction information, and then we'll go through each one individually. So this one is the Kountry Star. I do want to remind you that everything we tell you here on these videos is based on a ton of research that Corey and I do, but also our opinions and the way we would use a rig, which might be different than what you do. So watch these videos and get all the information you can and apply that to how you're going to use an RV, because it's different for everybody. So let's get started on the Kountry Star 4037. This is a beaut. I love it. I can't wait to show you more. Let's start over here. So when these slides come in, they do have a locking mechanism on there just to hold the top and the bottom end tight. Let's go down here. Okay, so I mean a little bit of space, not sure what you put in there. This sofa is a jackknife sofa, I believe. Yeah, it does lift up. The fabric on here, they say, is a flex steel, either deluxe or deluxe leather. So I'm not sure which is which. You know, sometimes the not leather stuff feels a lot like leather, but it looks a lot like leather and it feels a lot like leather. So this is nice. You get these little stools with storage in them. To be honest, I like them as footstools. I would like the storage. They're kind of heavy though, so I guess you have to lift those and flip them up when you're in transit. Let's take a look at the blinds. They have an MCD sunshade and a room darkening blind. Both nice. You've got the frameless windows, so they open up, you know, from the bottom out to give you some airflow. The decor in here is nice. It's lighter than what we've seen traditionally. There's your storage. You've got LED lighting throughout. You've got electric. Remember, the walls on a Newmar are quite thick, so you can fit a full residential outlet in them. Then if we go around to this side, I want to point out the ducted floor. You get a 54,000 BTU furnace in this rig. And then if we go up high, you can see you get two AC units, both with heat pumps. So there is a second jackknife sofa in this floor plan. For our use, two sofas is, we barely use the one we have, but you know, if you're watching TV or that kind of thing, an extra sofa is nice. I just want to point out that the TV is coming up out of here. So I love that the TV's hidden and it's out of the way and you only have it up when you want it, but no one's watching it from this side anyhow. So I would rather see this made into a desk or something a little more user-friendly. I mean, but it depends. Do you need the sleeping space? You do get lots of electrical. You've got some nice wall lighting there. And then we move up to little bit of storage there. And up here, I mean, it's small, but it's useful. I mean, we don't even really use that storage in our rig. Okay, so let's move over to the kitchen area. This is a solid surface. I'm going to say Corian maybe countertop. As we all know, I love countertops and I really like this pull-out here because it adds so much space for prep. what I also want to mention, because I've seen it in different ways and my rig has it. So there are some great storage drawers in there. And what I like though is that when this goes in, it just goes in and there's nothing getting blocked. On mine, the cupboard can be accessed from 2 points, which means you can only use one or the other. Otherwise things are getting mixed up and knocked over. And so I like the way this has come out. There's also heat ducting down here underneath, so I do like heat ducting that goes through furniture just because it's cleaner, you know, there's no weak spots in the floor, that kind of thing. There's a great tile backsplash. I think it's beautiful, and it goes all the way over to the side there. So not only does it look good, it's going to make things easier to clean. This is a very deep kitchen, which is wonderful, but it's also like for short-armed me. I'm only, you know, I'm not really getting to use that space back there, so it looks good and everything. It's just not really usable to me. I love this nice top over the stove, so that would fold back like that. And then you get this very nice Dometic 3-burner gas stove. You all know it has to be a 3-burner for me, so I'm very happy with that. Got a little rack here. As we've been here at the show, people are really noticing no oven. I get that, but you do get this beautiful Whirlpool convection microwave oven. I think it goes both ways. If you know how to cook in a convection microwave, why would you use up cabinet space for an oven? Although, I haven't really figured out. I mean, it does cook. It cooks just fine. It just doesn't cook the way the manual says it would cook or that kind of thing. Like you do need to learn a convection oven to use it the same as you would, to cook as many things as you would in a regular oven. I'm sure that if you wanted to put a regular oven in here, Newmar could accommodate you. Storage. Some there. It's pretty tough for me to reach. I'm not going to put a lot of stuff up there. What I do notice is that they've covered the Fantastic fan just for aesthetic reasons. I think it's quite nice. And if we move on down, you get all of these drawers. Oh my, little too many on the electronic controls there. They are soft close and they're nice. I like that. And then if we come over here, you've got quite a bit of space for pots and pans and things like that. And you've got access back there. And, oh, just a small one because the sink is right here. So let me show you. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's cute. I know exactly what I would put there. That would be like my spoons, wooden spoons, things like that. And
not mine?
no. And more ducting. But let's take a look at the sink. First of all, we've got separated covers, which I love. Oh, and look. Okay, I gotta put this over here. So, beautiful, square, stainless, undermount, double sink. I think that's the perfect sink for me. I did hear other folks talking, because we always chat with people at shows, that didn't want a double sink just because they have a lot of bigger dishes and things that they're putting in. So I get that. For me though, I like to be able to wash and drain without having to drain off of the countertops. So that's why I like the double. Nice tap. I do like those. So I think that's very nice. Let me put it all back together. And look at these. Pretty spacious. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. And another one there. So it's just more access to the same cabinet. And then, oh, there, this is what I was looking for. I wanted a pantry. I love pantries. Okay, so very nice pantry, but do you guys see what I don't like about it? It's not lit and it's fixed. I prefer a pull-out with things that you can adjust. But, so what I would do in here, because I mean obviously this isn't going to make me not buy this rig if it's the one for me. I would put some bins in there that you can easily access, and you can get a stick-up light that will come on when you open the door. This is a beautiful Whirlpool electric fridge. So I think it comes standard with like a 10 cubic foot fridge. This has obviously been an upgrade, and it's an electric. So although that's wonderful, it also is a huge power suck, so I want to caution you about that, not against that, but you just need to be aware. So you're going to need to run your generator, or you're going to need to have a solar system in order to keep this fridge running if you're not plugged in. If you're plugged in all the time, lovely, isn't it? So take a look at this freezer. There is a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter on board, which you need to run all of this beautiful electric. You do have a ice maker water spout here, so that's why it's important to have that filtration. I don't think I would use this. Different strokes for different folks. I don't want to worry about filtering and filters and the whole water system thing. So we just purchase ice and put it in our freezer, and we purchase water jugs that we can refill, which we use for our drinking, and then we don't worry about that. So that's just our way of doing it. To each his own.
We even put the ice in the ice maker.
Yeah, exactly, so that we can pull it out whenever we want. So moving over to the dinette area, another great window, electric on both sides, solid surface tabletop that does make down into a bed. I do like these particular dinette seats, and the reason being is that they're padded all the way around. So I could sit here and comfortably watch TV. So I do like that. There's also storage underneath here. It's smaller, but I like the drawers, so well worth it. So because a lot of these floor plans have full baths in the back, when your slides are in, you don't have access to that. So this is the answer. They've put in a just a powder room. So first things first, there's nothing wrong with this door. It's just not my favorite opener because it kind of takes up space inside. So you couldn't put a pocket door in this configuration, but I would prefer just a door that opened and shut. So come on into this cute, really cute little powder room. So because this isn't a main bath or anything, I'm not too worried about the amount of countertop space, but this is still beautiful hard surface. I like the bowl, I like the tap, I like the height of the mirror. Storage. And if we come down, there's more storage in here. Right, and what do we got here? More storage and more storage. So, I mean, this isn't your main bath, but wherever you can have storage is good, right? What do we got here? More access to fuses and things like that. And then you get a Dometic porcelain. This is like a water-saving toilet because you can choose whether there's water in it before you go or not. So, and they do have the option of having macerator toilets as well. Let's go check out the bedroom. This, I believe, is a residential king. Is it? It doesn't look residential to me. They do have a plush pillow top mattress. I'm going to check on the size of this bed for you just to be sure. It's nice. It's got another slide there. It does have a bit of a nightstand with USB end plugs, so you know how important I think that is. And then I see there's some cabinetry down there. There is that cabinetry up there. Let me see if I can open it up for you. Oh wow, this is quite deep. I mean, it's kind of a pain to have to get to, but you can. There's plugins in there. And I mean, this is any RV that you would climb on the bed to get at that. They've got all of the light switches and things up here, so when you're in bed, you can easily reach them. You got a window on each side, so I like that. Let's see if there's any storage under the bed. Some. It's not super deep, but remember it's in a slide and it's got to be able to move, right? Okay, so if we look around over here, so this is your storage space. So you're going to have 2 of these closets. You've got your TV, you've got a window, and then you move down to 6 of these drawers. And I just want to show you this one. So that's just got some controls and things in it. So now let's go check out the master bathroom. Now there is a step up to get in here, and on the floor there is a area which would be for access, right? But I mean, these coaches that have these master bathrooms, they are big, they're spacious, they're luxurious, they're lovely. So when you're looking at the sink area, you do get that same solid surface countertop with an undermount stainless sink. I mean, it's pretty small, but it works, and it works with this tap. And this is just one of those things that I think is important. The actual spout of the tap is out here. It's not way back here. You can actually get your hands under there and wash it. The other thing is that there is counter space back here, so you could, you know, put some products or toothbrushes or things out and about. Quite a bit of space in that vanity. Let's go down and check out these bottom ones. Okay, so your plumbing is there, but you still get all this space. So I like that. And you get 2 drawers. Soft close. What do you think is in here? Anybody? Okay, so it is a bifold door, everybody. Just because you don't want to smack the shower, right? So it's closet space. Big closet space. And then there's also a drawer down there, so that's good too. And then since we're here, let's do this shower. 1 piece fiberglass. Let's try these out. Nice. So yeah, and you would like that, wouldn't you, Corey? So there's nice, decent fixtures, adjustable shower head. There is a skylight in here. And then out into the roof, there's also ducting for your AC. It's quite nice. So let's go over here and take a look at what do we got. Another one of these. Oh no, there's 2 doors. Oh. So not just a washer and dryer, but 2 separate pieces. Very nice. So that is a Splendid, is the brand of those. I like that. Okay, and then we move down to another porcelain Dometic toilet, which is that water saving feature again. And I noticed down here there is heat ducting. So this whole bathroom is completely temperature controlled as well. Lots of space while you're sitting on the biffy. I like it. There's also a fan above me up there. And I see some storage. Not huge storage, but you know, you take every little bit you can get, right? I also like the rack and the hook up here. So very well done. And the door, I didn't do that. I don't know what it's doing. Did not. So I also like the fact that this bathroom has a pocket door. So, I mean, not only does it look nice, but you can tuck it back out of the way. And you don't have to worry about tying it up or it flinging around. It's quite nice. Okay, come on, back out here. There's another pocket door here, which is actually a double one, so that I can block you guys right off in there. Or open you back up so that you can be part of the party. Although, is the party really in the bedroom? Come on, you guys, get out of there. The Kountry Star 4037 floor plan has a super slide, and we're seeing this very common on a lot of diesel pusher rigs right now. The thing I love about it is all the space it gives you. The thing I don't like about it is when you're at the front and you look back, you do look right into your bedroom. Now, there are those pocket doors that I showed you, but I like a little more defined space. I don't like that you look right into my bedroom the minute you come into my rig. So either I have to keep those doors shut or it's open.
So let's talk about the cockpit of the Newmar Kountry Star. It's a fairly typical layout. There's buttons here for visors, shades, overhead fans, a generator start, a horn. Your levelers are all over here, so they would be auto level, but you could run them individually if you needed to. The steering column doesn't work for me. I couldn't get close enough to the pedals. I mean, in our unit, I don't need any adjustments at all. Like the pedals move. There's more adjustment than in this one. This I'd have to do some modifications, which could be done. It's not the end of the world. One of the things I did notice, the air brake release is here. I'm not a huge fan of that location, just looking at it, because I think it would be easy if you're getting in and out of the seat to bump it by accident, which would release the brakes, and if you're on a slope, that means you're rolling. And that doesn't seem like the best spot for a brake release like that.
Where is ours?
Ours is on this level piece here, which also isn't the best. I would like to see it on the dash. Reason being, where ours is, when we had a pet, it was possible that he could get up there and stand on it and release the brakes by accident too. And you know, we could be away and he be in the RV and see someone jump up there, release the brakes. So when we did have him, I would block the wheels just for that reason. So I think they could do a little bit better with that. More adjustability in the steering column would be nice, but the controls are laid out nice and they're easy to get to.
How do you adjust that steering wheel?
The steering wheel actually has a lever on the floor. It took me a long time to figure that out. So you push the lever on the floor, it's like a brake release pedal almost, and then you can move this up and down. But even moving it right forward brings it up quite high, and I still, moving the seat forward, wouldn't be able to reach the gas and brake. If you were, you know, 5'4" or taller, it's probably not a problem. So I mean, that eliminates a lot of people that are less than 5'4". But the other thing, this has the comfort drive system, which means that when you let go of the wheel, it goes to center, and that's whether you're parked or driving, so it holds a true line. And it also adjusts for wind, so the wind doesn't push you around. It'll adjust for road camber. It's a more comfortable drive. You can apparently drive these a lot longer and less driver fatigue. So I think that would be a great thing to have. So overall, good. Not good for me, but it could be good for me with some modifications.
So this is a fairly comfortable seat. I like the distance in the actual seat part. It's good for me, which might make it not so good for someone with longer legs. It is an electric seat that moves around, and it has a footrest. So you just pull this lever back here. Oh my Lord! Hang on. That wasn't near as easy as it should be. But it is comfortable, and I like having it because on mine I have to put a little stool there. Okay, let's try putting it down. Okay, again, bit of a workout. The other thing that I like about this is that it's got a desk that is back here, so it folds all up back there, because I currently don't have one of these, and it would be really nice because I do edit and stuff while we're on the road, right? Okay, so I'm guessing you have to have the armrest up. I mean, it would work with it down, but this table is sitting right on top of the armrest, so there would be rubbing and stuff there. But I do like it. It's useful. It's a bit of a cumbersome setup to put together, and probably I'd pinch my fingers a few times and say some words that I couldn't have on film. I do like this window. Pros and cons about these windows. I like that this is big and I can see through it. Our window, though, opens, but the problem is that the divider part, that, you know, this part doesn't open and this part does, is right at my eye level. So it really ruins my view whether the window's open or closed. So I do like that it's just a piece of glass, but then you wouldn't have the airflow through here and you couldn't open your window. So while we're here, let's talk about the door, because that's another thing that bothers me in our rig. So when the screen door is closed, you've got this nice slider piece down here, and this is what I really like. Look at that. Okay, so the screen isn't permanent, and in our rig the screen is permanent unless Corey's kind enough to take it off. But then it's a permanent thing. It's permanently off or it's permanently on. And when it's permanently off, then my view is good because I can see out the window. When it's permanently on, it distorts my view. But then we have a screen when we're stopped and we want to leave the door open. So this is just a wonderful answer to all of our problems. So I wish we could have that. Oh, tinted glass. This, it might be slightly tinted, hey?
Looks like it's less tinted than the others.
Yeah, and on our rig, this window is the same tint as all the others, and it's really quite dark to look through, so it distorts everything when you're sitting in the passenger seat. So this is, I think, probably a better tint than what we have. Oh, you've got your rollers, and they are the MCDs, and they've got the day and night, so that's nice. This looks like it's a power.
Yeah, there's switches on the dash.
Okay, so this is a power day and night, so that's cool. And then what do you got up here? Oh, storage. So that's good. Yeah, I like all that. Let's see what's in this one. Oh, so there's a lot of your controls and stuff. Okay, ours are way up high like that too, and it's a pain. So I would have hoped that if I had gotten a new rig, these things would be a little lower down and easier for us to access. Because I'd still have to stand on this seat, which is what I currently have to do. That wraps up the Newmar Kountry Star 4037 tour, but I do want to give you all the numbers as we usually do. The engine, 360 horse, the axle ratio, 4.78. It has a 100-gallon fuel tank. The wheelbase, 276. The gross vehicle weight is 37,500 pounds. The towing behind would be about 10,000 pounds, and the cargo carrying capacity is 6,600. So that means that the actual rig weighs 6,600 less than the 37.5. Hopefully, does that make sense?
Yes,
okay. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Then I want to go through, just because I want to make sure I've hit all of the details with you. Oh, the smart level hydraulic leveling jacks. So that's pretty cool that they're hydraulic leveling jacks. It is completely undercoated. It has a one-piece molded fiberglass roof. The double pane windows, which are important for insulation, no matter what people tell you. Propane furnace. It has the automatic generator start. So if things are on a low battery, you can set the generator to just start on its own. And I think there's also a temperature setting to that too. So if you needed the generator to start, so your ACs would run, that kind of thing. The engine block heater. Oh, I wanted to mention this because Corey and I had talked about it amongst ourselves before. It says it has a demand water system. We're not entirely sure what that is, and if we get a chance to ask, we will. But what's important to note is that it does, in fact, have water tanks, and it is also a 10-gallon hot water tank. So I'm not exactly sure what the demand water system is for, because every RV has a demand water system where you hit a button and the pump starts and pumps water. So often when we hear about that, people think it's tankless, and we just wanted you to know that this one is not tankless. Then I just want to give you the tank sizes. Oh, and I have the length here too. We were looking for that for a viewer. And the length is at 40 foot 10 inches. The width is at 101.5 inches. The overall height, 12 feet 10 inches. Make sure you know that, because we got caught at a bridge we couldn't go under. Interior width, 95.5 inches. Interior height, 83 inches. The gray tank is 65 gallons. The black tank is 45 gallons. And the water tank is 105 gallons. Propane is 32, and the furnace, as we said, was for 54,000 BTUs. We will let you know what the price is, but I think at this show today, it was running at around 250,000 American dollars. So that wraps up everything on this one. Hope you like it, and if it helped you out or you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. We ran into some subscribers today here at the show, Rich and Caroline. So totally cool to meet up with people that, you know, really we do share our time with. So that was really cool. So hi to Rich and Carolyn out there. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit that button below. And don't forget to click one of these links at the end, which will take you to the construction video, the nuts and bolts of a Newmar. Thanks for watching.